Okay, I said I was going to do this earlier when I videotaped my racing rig and everything in the daylight, and I said I was going to redo it in the night so that you guys can see what my night view is. When you're racing, it's kind of distracting to have random lights and that in your peripheral vision. And my computer tower has 8 banks of lights that are constantly cycling colors. So if you have lights going blue and red and green and purple and so forth in the corner of your eye, it can be distracting. So I have set up profile on there so that it actually automatically shuts off after doing a little, what I call a light dance, after everything. I normally get a chance to race only at night because kids and so forth, work. That all gets in the way of daylight racing unless it's basically weekends or the summer when not actually on the racetrack and such. So I'm going to open up iRacing here again and open up my other things. I always have 10 billion things going, but that's all minor. And I'm going to quickly show you what my computer does when I start up a race. And in 17 seconds, what it is, as you can see here, while I'm sitting here, you can see the computer in the corner of your view that's slowly changing colors, and that can become very distracting. If you don't want something like that going on all the time, I have it set up so that, as you can see here, it's going to start blinking. As soon as iRacing actually starts up, it's connecting and everything, the computer starts doing a little flashy dance, and then as soon as it starts loading, once it's actually in, it starts slowly dimming all the lights and shutting them off. As long as iRacing is running, it will keep those lights off until I actually click on quit inside the session. Now that helps for the peripheral vision because then all you can see is iRacing and my gauges, with the exception of a couple little lights that constantly stay and they don't really change on the corner. Now it makes it nice there just because the only time I get to race is at night most of the time, and it's distracting, like I was mentioning, to have something going on in the corner of your eye. Now, quick lap here just so that you can see what's going on. I was mentioning earlier with my application settings in display any settings for iRacing, I've modified a lot of the little lines in there so that my view isn't locked to the car. It actually moves more like in real life, where your head is sort of trying to stay with the horizon as in real life, and it allows your car to move around you independently of your head. Now this is really good for those of you who have to run on a single monitor. Those who have 3 monitor triples and all that fancy jazz and ample space and so forth, it's not as much affected and might actually make it a little bit worse, although I haven't tried it on a triple monitor or anything like that. It might help too, because like I said, to me it feels really strange to have your head glued to the framework of your car essentially. So having this be able to bobble a bit and move around according to how your car is reacting to the road versus your head being glued to the car, it just feels more natural to me. I found I gained almost a full 5 seconds a lap on a track that I was already fairly proficient on and even able to get some firsts and some official races on. I was able to better my regular best times by a good 3 to 5 seconds depending on track, just by enabling some of these features. And I did fiddle around with the features for quite a while, like I've been playing with iRacing in all these settings for the last 4 months. So it's definitely not something that I just went in there and changed a setting and went, ooh, there we go. No, it's something I've worked on for quite a while. But as you go over bumps here and that, you can see that it sort of makes it a bit more realistic instead of having it glued to your one spot. Those who are using the Oculus, this might be completely disorienting. I don't know, I don't have one. I think I might get one instead of triples, but it would be kind of interesting. Those of you who want to try it, they can send me a message or what have you for my settings, and I'll gladly send over the settings, the files for the settings that I have. Otherwise, I don't have track IR, I don't have any of them fancy things so that it can follow my head movement. I had to play around with the settings in the system itself in order to do this, and it's just the iRacing settings, nothing else. So as long as you save a copy of your own settings in the first place, if you don't like it, just overwrite the files with your originals again. Try it for a session, practice session or so, and there you go. Now as I click quit here, you'll notice my computer instantly pops back onto its regular colors. This is what it's like at night. I'll put this in the comments for my daytime view one, and if you want, feel free to give me a question. And you guys are talking. Thank you. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to send me another message or something like that of anything that you would like to know more of, or any more explanation, or any other topics that you might want to see. Thank you.